A senior Trump administration aide, Peter Navarro, has suggested that Canada be taken off of the Five Eyes club and that will become vacant, and people are saying that that might go to India. Although there are no limits, like there should be only 5 people in Five Eyes. I mean, before, in the past, we have had more people also. So I don't think there is a limit of that nature, but now this is now gaining momentum. First, I'm going to tell you who it is. The person who's suggesting it is Peter Navarro. He wrote an excellent report called The Art of the Steal. And, you remember that Trump's book is called Art of the Deal, and he changed it slightly and made it Art of the Steal as to how the Democrats allegedly stole the 2020 elections. Now, he also wrote another book called The Immaculate Deception, a play on words on the Immaculate Conception, something that the Catholics believe in. So what happened? Why is it that now people are saying that Canada should not be in the Five Eyes? When the tariffs were held back for a month, the agreement was that both Canada and Mexico would take firm steps to stop the penetration of fentanyl and other illegal drugs into the United States. And I think it has been closely monitored, and I think the Trump administration has come to the conclusion that Canada hasn't done its part, even though Mexico may have done something, but they figured out, although the Mexican forces are placed on the ground, they found that they are not as equipped as they should be to deal with the cartels who are dealing with some of the most state-of-the-art stuff. So this is now becoming more of a challenge for these two countries, Mexico and Canada, and this is going to be a problem unless they crack down on it very quickly. Now we know that from the 4th of March, which is just a couple of days from today, the tariffs are going to go into effect. Now let's get back to why Canada is being bumped out and why Peter Navarro is saying this. This is one of the reasons. The other reason is that Canada is not really playing by the rules as far as America is concerned, and I'll come to that in maybe in a later episode as to how Canada was expected to react or what they were asked to do as far as the Five Eyes was concerned, and I think that's not happening there also. Maybe it is just the Trudeau administration that is sort of going slow. They're dragging their feet. They are with the left leg liberal cabal, so you know that even UK is in the same boat. In fact, today Keir Starmer is meeting with President Trump, and I think this is going to be like President Trump telling him, this is what we are going to do tomorrow with Ukraine, and we are fairly sure that Putin is going to sign it. And I don't know if many of you have been following this or not. Last couple of weeks, a new set of drones that the United States has put into play in Ukraine is successfully able to penetrate through Russian defenses. Turned out that before this, most of the drones or other missiles, they were all controlled using Wi-Fi, and looks like the Russians had a way to intercept that. And now with these new drones, which have been operational for the last 2 weeks, you can look it up on Google, what are the new drones that US is using in Ukraine. And these are able to penetrate the Russian defenses. That might make Putin to come sooner to the negotiating table with a more realistic set of demands. Who is Peter Navarro? He's a very interesting person. I told you about the art of the steal. What exactly is the art of the steal? I'll tell you what it is, and a small request to you to please like this video. It's just a matter of 3 slides. Here we go. The Art of the Steal by Peter Navarro. And what does he say? The book says how the 2020 election was stolen by the Democrats. Again, I'm going to say it is what is written in that book. He's also using a lot of alleged here, there, everywhere to make sure that nobody goes after him for the book. The big book itself is published in PDF form. It is free, and I've given you a link if you want to read it. There are 3 books in there. Please go through that. It's a beautifully written book. So what he is saying here is that there were alleged instances of outright voter fraud, ballot mishandling, contestable process fouls, equal protection clause violations, voting machine irregularities, and significant statistical anomalies. See, these are all the things. Let me show you significant. So you can see that the 6 states in play are Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Just the first few pages of The Art of the Steal will tell you exactly what happened, what played out on election night. Biden's victory margin is much less compared to the ballots in question, the last line. That means the number of questionable ballots was over 100,000 in Arizona, a place called Maricopa County. The number of ballots in question in Georgia was more than 400,000. So wherever there is an asterisk, that means there is some evidence. Wherever there is a check mark or a tick, that means widespread evidence. And you can see that somehow Biden was leading, just enough to be able to beat a lot of these things and defeat Trump. And at night, it looked like it was a done deal for Trump, except by morning, we could see that all the mail-in ballots were pointed towards only one direction, that was Biden. And the statistical anomalies is something that really, really boggles the mind. Do read the book. I'm not going to make any judgments for you. Do read the book. So Peter Navarro has a, what would I call, an account to settle with the Democrats. You know why? Because he refused to appear before the Jan 6th committee, congressional committee, and he was sent to jail for refusing to appear in front of the Congress Commission on the Jan 6 riots. Now we are going to see the truth behind the January 6th riots, how it is that every congressman, woman and senator came up with the same word called insurrection. A very rarely used word, right? That's what piques my memory. It's just amazing coincidence that everybody says insurrection. But this is the story now. Peter Navarro is a very respected man in the Republican Party, and if he says that Canada should be out, I think it will probably happen. But more importantly, is that going to be filled, and if so, by whom? Is India the person that might be filling that? If that happens, then all this pannu shannu will be bye-bye. That's all I think. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.